Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and yes, if you watched the last APC 9K video, we're doing a performance review of this MPX. Now, just to get the first things out the way, it did not go smoothly with the MPX. Now, in terms of how snappy it was, what the floor was like, brilliant. Performance this side of the gun, it was rubbish. I really don't think, having had more time on it now, I really don't think that it's a gun that's probably going to be as accepting well the Flamingo hop rubber. Now, the reason for that is, first of all, the hop adjustment is such a pain in the arse to do. You need a 5mm or 6mm iron key, I can't quite remember, long enough to go down there and turn it. So on the day, I could not adjust the hop. So I don't know where it was set. So just that out the way, just so you know. I'm not making anything up. I'm not concealing anything. And it doesn't help. It's got the standard VFC aluminium barrel. Like, we know that they're dog shit. So that would have to come out. Maybe switch back to the VFC rubber if I can find it. I'm sure it's over here somewhere. In fact, I think I just spotted it. Maybe go back to this VFC rubber and try that out. It doesn't have the spline on. We went to one that has the spline on, which was modified. Perhaps that could be throwing it out. But the issue that I had, like, it'd be firing and it would be all over the place. And then every now and again, the BB would just fall out the barrel, and it hasn't loaded one. So it's loaded a BB that's fell out the barrel. So it's not double feeding because there's nothing behind it and you get a dry fire. One thing I will say is the blowback on this gun is just pure violence. It is snappy. The kick that you get off this compared to my other gas guns just doesn't make sense because there's no real mass in this thing. It's just very violent to shoot, which is great. You know, it feels great. It's a lot of fun. I did keep getting BBs caught up in this suppressor because they kept rolling out the barrel. So I will have to tinker around with this, maybe find a better combo. Perhaps we'll put the VFC rubber back in and put a nicer barrel in there because those black aluminium ones are just rubbish. The mags performed okay. There was a couple of times where, I don't know if they were sat in the sun, so I don't know if the mag got that hot that when I come to fill it, it was like over pressurized. So I wasn't able to put as much gas in it as I wanted to. And it would just run out before I could get all the BBs out the mag. But it would only happen to a couple, and they were warm to the touch when I picked them up because the kit box was open. The other ones performed absolutely fine, not a problem at all. So we'll cut to the footage now. You will see that the performance is all over the place. I was finding it extremely difficult to pick up where the rounds were. They were under hopping, they were over hopping. So yeah, we didn't do well with this one, boys and girls, but I'll cut to the footage now so you can see it. Just remember the very far target is roughly about 60 odd meters away. You know, I say that in you know, quote fingers because of all the things I forgot to take with me today, I forgot to take the rangefinder, which I'll have to do next time. Maybe I'll do another trip next weekend if I've got time. And if any of you guys are local and want to join me, perhaps we can make a little social out of it. So yeah, we'll cut to that footage, I'll show you, and then we'll come back and wrap up on camera. You'll clearly see there, we're not off to a good start, are we? So even though I'm able to hit the target, it's not that far away. There was a period of time where I was able to get some rounds on target and I've got my hold, and then all of a sudden it just wildly fires here, there and everywhere. So even at the short range target, I'm struggling to actually get multiple hits. These targets at these distances should be really easy to hit. Now, I am hitting them, and when it's sort of in that little sweet spot of working, it is actually quite predictable. And then, like the first target, you hold it, you keep firing in exactly the same position. I'm trying very hard not to move. And then all of a sudden, under hop, over hop, it's just wildly inconsistent. So the gun has 100% potential to be doing this all the time. I think there's something just really not right going on with the gun. It's not happy about something, so we're going to have to investigate further and get this resolved. You can see even more so here. The gun has the ability. The shots, and these are 0.4 gram BBs. These aren't threes, they're not 2.5s, they're not twos, they're 0.4 gram BBs. And we've only swapped out the hop rubber and slightly adjusted the hop nub itself just to alleviate the pressure, because a lot of people are reporting with the flamingos they're getting too much hop. So these are zinging past the target. If we can get the consistency down, this will be a solid performer. But I think you can see even more at these ranges. The BBs, when they take off, they just keep on going. Going to sound like a broken record here, but again, at the furthest target, you know, we're getting hits. It is capable, but in its current working format, it's just unskirmishable. You can't have that unpredictability and be, you know, even slightly competitive on an airsoft field. You have to have consistency. Consistency is key. It's the most important thing. People chase range, they chase power, they chase accuracy, but consistency is the most important factor. The final mag, I'm just messing about here. I'm just trying to get some double taps. I'm just trying to put some more rounds through the gun, see if it gets a little bit better, see if everything relaxes a little bit, which it doesn't, but, you know, we're still getting hits. You know, I think one of the two double taps, I think, hit the target on both shots, and then you'll see how violent the full auto is. It shakes, it kicks, it's just, like I say, for want of a better word, it's just quite violent, but that's a good thing. You know, it's snappy, it's fast, it feels great, it's fun to shoot, and if we could back it up with the consistency, I think this is going to be an absolute solid piece in the collection. Now, we can't speak for completely standard results. I have messed about with this gun. That's, you know, complete transparency. I've changed the hot rubber. I think we'll have to come back, put the standard hot rubber back in, come back, and see if we can get it consistent. If we can, then we know that the MPX is just not really that compatible with the Flamingo hot rubber. Would like to get a different barrel in there as well to improve the accuracy. But let's get back to the bench and wrap up this video. So you'll see, it wasn't really the best day for the MPX. I had great fun shooting it. The thing just snaps. I've never known anything like it. And the trigger on it, I've got to give credit where credit's due. The trigger on this, like the reset, is so good. Now, if we compare that to the Archwick APC9, so we're ready, we take up the wall, brakes good, but the reset on this thing, so you have to release it till it clicks, and then you come past, you feel a little bit of like a slight wall resistance, and then you push over that. I don't know if you can hear it. So it just releases to a bit, then the wall, and then it breaks. So the MPX does have the better trigger. It does have better performance under full auto compared to the APC9K. But in terms of performance out the box, we have put a better rubber in this. And it's weird because we had to mod the hop. Like, it's over hopping, so we had to mod the hop to relieve pressure. But then BBs are just falling out the barrel, so I think, I don't know. It's a difficult one to say. I'm going to have to spend some more time on it. I really do love this platform. It's probably one of the least... It's got nice front end on it. It's got the suppressor on it. It looks really cool. You will need, if you're running this stock on this MPX, you will need a very high-rise optic. So this one isn't short by any means. It's quite high. But because the stock sits high on the back of the rifle, like literally half an inch lower than the rail, like I was struggling to get my eyesight low enough to pick up the dot. I don't know if it's still on. Is it still on? No, it's not. So yeah, I was struggling to use the red dot. Not that that was the point of today's testing anyway. Great little gun. The Magpul K2 Plus suits it really well. The magazines, people have reported fall out. Now, you do have to be very assertive with these magazines and you have to pay attention. So if you put it in like that, and at any point, if it like sort of kicks down, so it's a bit more straight, when you fire it, the mag will fall out. So you have to like push it up, click it in, and you kind of have to rock the mag forward so it rides up against this wall of the magwell. As long as I was being very, you know, very like focused on doing that, I didn't have any issues. But yeah, love the Ambi bolt release. It works really well. It just needs a bit more time spent on it. I use flamingos in a lot of my builds. It doesn't always mean that it's going to be the perfect hot rubber. Just a bit of editor's notes here. I'm editing this video. I'm trying to piece it together. I do it in a very slap-hazard way, so apologies for that. There are people that do it better than me. But looking at the video, I've just realised I bought the copperhead upper for this, which has a hop and a barrel in. And me being me, didn't even consider taking it. So if I'd have took it with me on the day, I could have switched the copperhead upper onto it and just seen if it was the hot rubber difference. So maybe that's something I'll do on the next range test, and we'll of course take a look and see if that helps. So I think a fair test to this would be to go back to the standard hot rubber, go out, get a tool that will fit it, because there was hot there, so I think it must be like half set on. Give it a fair test in its standard setup and then come back, and if we do get better consistency out the hop, then all I'll do is I'll get a better barrel for it. Depending on how much power is there, I might extend it a little bit, who knows. It had plenty of range. It was just all over the place, and some of the shots you saw at like the fourth target, I'm hoping you can see it like how I thought I was seeing it, where I can't hit the target, but they're going far past that target, so it's got the range, it just needs the consistency. So thanks for tuning in to another performance review. As always, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. There's links in the description below. Make sure you check them out. And as always, more importantly, from me and from Bench, we'll see you in the next video.